Hello everyone, I am Saloni Gupta and in this video we are going to cover what are the differences and what are the similarities between the rhombus and square. So welcome to this class and let us learn one by one what are the differences and what are the similarities between the rhombus and square. So first let us learn what are the similarities between the rhombus and square. Okay, so you can see in case of the square, we know that the square and rhombus both are quadrilateral and they both are parallelogram as well. That means they follow all the properties of a parallelogram, right? Then you will see that all the sides of a square are equal in length, and you can see in case of the rhombus, all the sides of a rhombus are also equal. Then opposite sides are parallel to each other. Okay, so this you can see. Okay, they are parallel to each other. And in case of rhombus also, opposite sides are parallel to each other. Right, so this is parallel to this and this AD is parallel to BC. Okay, then this we can see that the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So diagonal, they bisect perpendicularly each other. Okay, then in case of rhombus also, they bisect each other although they are not equal. Okay, that means diagonals are not equal, but even then they just perpendicularly bisect each other in case of rhombus. Okay, so this we see. They are making 90-degree angle. Okay, and this is equal to this. And this is equal to this. In case of rhombus also it happens. Okay, then we see that the sum of interior angles of a square is 360 degree. So sum of interior angles of a rhombus is also 360 degree. And we know that if the side is given to us, okay, if a side is given to us of any polygon, we can easily find out what is the parameter. Okay, so parameter is nothing but sum of all the sides. So now every side is equal. So the parameter will be 4 times of the side. Same will happen in case of a rhombus. So parameter is 4a units. Here also the parameter is 4a units. Then now let us see what is the difference between the square and rhombus. So in case of a square, we know that all the interior angles of a square are equal and that are equals to 90 degree. But in case of rhombus, okay, we see only opposite angles are equal. Then the diagonal length of a square are of the same measure. But here we see that the diagonal length of a rhombus, they are of different measure, as I told you. Okay, and there is a 4 line of symmetry in case of a square, but in case of rhombus, there is only 2 line of symmetry. Okay, so this is the situation where most of the students get confused that the square has the 4 line of symmetry and the rhombus has only 2 line of symmetry. Okay, so do not let it be like if the square is having the 4 line of symmetry, so rhombus will also be. No, in case of a square there is only 4 line of symmetry, but in case of the rhombus there is only 2 line of symmetry. Then if a is the side length of a square, then the area of a square is a square unit, but in case of a rhombus it is 1 upon 2 into d1 into d2, and where this d1 and d2 is what, they are the diagonals of the rhombus. Okay, so we see first what is the similarity. So in the similarity, we see that both the square and rhombus are quadrilateral, both are parallelogram, all the sides are equal in length. In case of square and rhombus, opposite sides are parallel to each other and diagonals are perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular bisector, and the sum of interior angle of a square is 360 degree and the rhombus also. And we see that the parameter of both square and rhombus is 4 units. So this was the similarity. Then we discussed the difference between the rhombus and square. Right, so we see that all the interior angle of a square was 90 degree, but in case of rhombus, only opposite angles were equal. Then diagonal length of a square were equal, but in case of the rhombus, they were not equal. Then the square was having the 4 line of symmetry, but in case of the rhombus, we see that there is only 2 line of symmetry in case of rhombus. Then if A was the side length of a square, so we see that the area of a square is a square unit, and the area of a rhombus is 1 upon 2 into d1 into d2, that is diagonal 1 into diagonal 2 we see. So I hope you all have understood this. So thank you all of you. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone.